but I don't really understand how the royal family works. But just observing the royal family and observing the latest fiasco with Meghan Markle,
with Meghan,
and what's his name?
Harry.
Harry.
William's the older one. William's
right. Here goes. Now, let's be completely honest. Here goes a family that has literally, they can trace their lineage back over 1,000 years. Here goes a family that has ruled this planet for 200 plus years. Here goes a family that is, I guess they're supposed to be the quintessential example of civility.
Yeah.
Okay.
To a certain degree, yeah.
They let Meghan Markle in their family. You see what happened?
Yeah. I remember telling people like this was going to be a disaster, and everyone was looking at me as if I was like, as if I was crazy. I was like, no, this woman is because this is the thing,
Yeah, it's not that Meghan Markle's a bad person. Listen, if I would
disagree, but
well, hear me out for a minute. If I was sleeping in a room, I wouldn't have to worry about Meghan Markle bashing my head in the middle of the night. I don't think that she's, she's not that.
She's not that kind of dangerous,
right? So she's not that kind of dangerous. But the fact of the matter is that family has a lineage and they have a history to protect. Yeah. And for the most part, they've done a good job at it. There's been a lot of fiascos throughout history with that family, but for the most part, they've been pretty good at it.
Yeah.
But here goes Meghan Markle. Her mom is a social worker. Yeah. Her dad is he does lights on the set at some place in Hollywood. He's not and I'm not trying to dog these people. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a social worker. There's nothing wrong with working in light.
But it's not even that.
Go ahead.
So this is the thing. So if you're comparing Meghan Markle to so we have the Queen,
right?
The next person in line is her son is Charles,
right?
Charles has 2 kids.
Yeah,
William, who's the oldest one, who's going to be third in line, and then you have Harry. William has the kid, so Harry falls down a few.
I'm only saying correct because I don't know. Yeah, go ahead. I'm listening to you.
No, so if you look at this is the thing, because she was complaining about how the fact that the press treated her very poorly and everything like that. Now, if you look at the way Kate was treated, so Kate Middleton, well, she's the one that's married to William. She had to go through a lot of shit so during that time there were some unwritten rules. So the reason why Diana was chosen was because technically, if you look at her lineage, she was more royal. She was actually in some cases more royal than the royal family themselves, because most of our royal family descends from Germans, from the German monarchy. Well,
where did Kate come from again? I'm sorry. I'm following you, but I'm not.
Kate comes from a relatively wealthy family, but she has no aristocracy in her. Like her descendants are a bunch of coal miners. Okay. Her family just got rich in the 80s and 90s from selling party equipment or some bullshit like that. So the thing is that she got a lot of shit because they were photographing. They were just dating casually, and there were photographers outside the house. The press were calling her Waity Katie all the time, basically. And the thing is this: she actually held herself in a dignified manner. She didn't talk to the press unless she had to. She didn't, she wasn't running her mouth all the time. She pretty much just shut the fuck up and just let things go as they may. And also, she actually leveraged a little bit of. The thing is, this is the thing that a lot of feminists don't understand. She leveraged a little bit of power over William, if you think about it, because basically what boils to this is that William, if you're going to be the future king of England, you want to, let's just be real, you want to explore your options and everything like that. And she basically was like, okay, they break up, and she's basically living her best life, and William's like, holy shit, I fucked up, because all these other chicks are not at her level. And that's probably the reason why they decided to get back together. And then long story short, they get married, and then that's it. The thing is this, is that if you look at the way she behaved compared to, let's say, Meghan Markle, with only 1/10 of the pressure, it's like a night and day difference. Yeah. And the thing is people say, oh, it's a race thing, and it's listen, Meghan Markle is literally like the whitest mixed race person I've ever seen in my fucking life. Okay. She's one of the few, or at least, if you were to look at her on the surface, you would think she was Latina. Let's be real.